Now that you know how to set up new discussion forums and topics and how to set students up for success around their usage, let's dig into different ways you could utilize discussion boards in your Smart Lab. Please note that this list is just a starting point. It is not exhaustive. After this page, you'll see access to a discussion board where you can share how you plan on using discussion boards in your Smart Lab and any other ideas that were not included in this list. We have used the tips and tricks as an example of discussion boards in prior videos. You can think of tips and tricks as another resource for students to access when they have a question, and it is also empowering for learners to be able to share what they have learned during their challenges with a specific technology so that others won't have to struggle as they did. You could create a discussion forum on each project cycle and have students use the thread to post about their projects. This could be another way to structure your share day, especially if you have quite a few students and not much time for them to share their learning with everyone. Students can upload a video of their project or a screen recording of their project and include the questions in the project's mission assignment in Learning Hub as a guide to help them articulate what they did, their SMART goal, what they learned, and share tips for students that could be utilizing the same technology in their next project. You can structure the discussion board so that two other groups must comment on a group's project and even offer them sentence stems for them to rely on to give that group constructive feedback on their project. Over time, this also provides project ideas for students. They can see what former groups have done to inspire a new project idea. Another way to use discussion boards is to gather student input and feedback. This could be used to refine your Smart Lab routines and procedures. What are your students' thoughts on having the same partner for every project cycle, or how often would you like to change partners? You could ask what technologies they want to see on their next project cycle or rotation. You could also ask them for feedback on your Smart Lab grading rubrics. Do they agree with what you're grading them on? Do the proficiency levels make sense to them? Or do they need to be rewritten in a more student-friendly language? You could utilize discussion boards in your orientation to the Smart Lab. This could be a good opportunity to practice those norms and expectations around discussion board use and a time to provide students with scenarios that could happen in the Smart Lab and have them discuss the appropriate skill or behavior that you would expect from them in that scenario. For example, you could provide them with a scenario that it's the end of class and Mrs. Smith has continually reminded your peers to clean up and replace their kits for the day. Bobby just wanted to finish one more thing for his group's project and ignored Mrs. Smith's comments to start cleaning up and put the kit back on the shelf. Seeing his classmates leave, Bobby abruptly left the Smart Lab, leaving pieces of a kit on the workstation and his kit still in his seat. What should have Bobby done in this scenario? Students can post ideas and strategies Bobby should have used, given your expectations in the Smart Lab. This could also be a place where you post an exemplar project. You can tell students that this is the level of work you expect from them when they submit their projects. A discussion thread could be created by having students identify and call out what makes that project an exemplar. This provides students with an example project to work off of, but you could also utilize this as a springboard to your conversations with students about how they can improve their next project submission. And not every discussion board forum needs to be serious. You could use a discussion forum for a getting to know you activity at the beginning of the year or semester. Or after a group finishes their project, you could have students create a meme or image using other Smart Lab technologies that communicate either a funny aspect of their technology or a random fact about their technology.